So guys, what I'm thinking about in my brain is that I might guess some stupid questions in my head, and I want to share with you guys. No matter how smart or stupid it is, well, we're about to find out. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about my intelligence, IQ, battle intelligence, and battle IQ. It's kind of the same thing, but I'm not sure. It might be separated of each other. But whatever it is, it's not important. It's about what type of intelligence that I got. Because every time I touch my forehead, it's big for me. So as my head, as the forehead is kind of on top of the forehead. But I might be wrong. But do you know who got a large forehead? I believe that's psychopaths. And my head is either big, medium, or small. I don't know. I gotta touch my head more. Is my eyes? Hold on. You gotta zoom in. I don't know if you see my eyes. I believe it's eye. An eye of either ADHD or I believe I got an eye of a narcissist or ADHD. I don't remember. I gotta check more. The doctor and my mom said that I'm not a psychopath or any diagnosis that I said before. I got They said I do not have antisocial personality disorder or psychopathy, but they didn't check my brain. What if they're wrong? What if the doctor and my mom was wrong? They gotta check my brain first. And they didn't check it. They just said I'm not a psychopath, neither an antisocial. But I believe that I got a dark tetrad. Dark tetrad mean misanthropy, nihilism. I don't know what nihilist should pronounce in my accent. It's kind of wrong, but it's sadism, or sadist. Yeah, sadist. Yeah, that's kind of right. Then narcissist. Yeah, those are the dark tetrads. Misanthropy, nihilism, sadist, narcissist, Machiavellian, high functioning psychopathy, arrogance, God wannabe, and manipulation, master manipulation to be exact. And most of them are mastermind. These are the top of dark tetrad. Whoever are lacking any of these are not dark tetrad. They're just dark triad. And I'm gonna say that's the truth. And I believe that I'm a dark tetrad. But I might be wrong. It might be just my intelligence. Maybe my intelligence is not adding up, but I believe one of my intelligence are psychopathic, since I'm very smart without anyone knowing what my type of intelligence is. Sometimes my charm is dangerous because my tone sometimes seems insincere, too kind to be real, which might be unintentionally manipulated for others, as my accent and my tone of saying my words can be insincere and sarcastic. They can be deceptive as well. But my parents knows that I'm not like that. I'm very sincere. My tone, my emotions, my behavior, my feelings, they're just different. And I'm gonna say the truth. That I got autism, ADHD, is not private. And they're not wrong. I know I'm an autism. I know I'm ADHD. But autism psychopath does exist. And that's why I believe I'm one of them. So it's antisocial, but I might be wrong, okay? It's a research. I made a few research. I searched on Google. And I do not made up. Just because I type on Google or type on research to search every diagnosis doesn't mean I'm not wrong about it. I believe I got all of these traits, low functioning and high functioning. According to my scientist research and a high level of calculations of long-term planning about it, is I have no idea about it. And that's why I need your help to find out what's going on in my brain. And I believe every time I got hurts in my brain, every time I touch my brain, I do believe I got a small amygdala. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I believe it's small. At either 16 or 33%. I do not calculate any psychopath genes. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I believe my psychologist doctor said I'm not a psychopath, but they didn't check my brain. That doesn't make any sense. A real doctor should check my brain instead of just saying they're not what they are. But that confirms that I'm not a dissociative, I'm not a schizophrenic person. Amnesiac is confirmed. Borderline, maybe. Bipolar, no. They checked area of my brain, but none of it confirms that if I'm borderline or not. In the brain, it has nothing to check if I'm borderline or not. The brain doesn't work on the diagnosis verification. I'm gonna say that it's impossible to say if I'm borderline or not in the verification diagnosis. They won't tell. They just tell by the personality and behavior. The mood swings, the way you act, the way you behave. They can cry at any moment. And they have poor anger issues. They are low. functioning of controlling emotions and mood. And I believe that you don't want this. Trust me. If you want this, it's not my problem. It's your choice, your opinions, okay? I won't judge that. It's your opinions, and I will respect yours if you respect mine. That's how it works. And remember, don't be poor. Be in the average. You don't have to be rich. If you're too rich, then if you're rich, oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say another word. If you're wealthy, that's better. If you're too wealthy, you might get a little bit greedy and too selfish in the world. I believe I saw too many people to be either billion or trillion. I don't remember, but you might feel too rich, too wealthy, and that's not better. I don't want to judge other wealthy people. They're not all like that, but most people who are too wealthy can do dangerous and serious consequences in the world, even if they're not jail or not. But the way I saw it, just not too good. I don't want to judge them, but come on, they gotta do something about it. None of them are jailed, okay? And I do not judge them, okay? Okay, so guys, let's just say that if you're too wealthy, you might do some risk taking behavior, and you might be self-loading or stuff, because when you have too money, you don't really care about others or even yourself. Just very sad, okay? That's what I feel sad about. I mean, you don't have to care about your money or others' money. What does he do in life? It's just, when you have too much focus on money, what about the family you will have in the future? You might end up alone. When you end up alone, what you will have? You will just have money, but no family. That'd be just sad. Even if that's your life, I respect it, but I'm just gonna say my sad opinions. It might not be sad for you, but you don't have to be sad. But I'm gonna say just how I view it. My view is that it's just sad when you have no family and stuff. It's just, wow, I'm kind of surprised about their choice, but none of what I said is judgeful, okay? I'm not trying to judge or offending you about your life, about your wealthy life. It's just your choice. I'm in the average. I have my parents. I don't have a girlfriend yet, but that's okay. I don't feel alone. I do not care if I have one. I do not care if I don't have one. What I care is to feel my dog, my family, and the most thing I love and top priority and to care about is Roblox. I care about family. I care, but I don't care about Walt. None of them matters. What I care about is my pet and my family. But do I regret those decisions? No, they're important. Friends, if I care about friends, if you say about that, then that depends on my friends. If I don't talk too much, it might be a chance that I'm not their friends anymore. Sadly. But sometimes we have to change in our life. Sadly. I lose some of my friends. That's okay. I'm talking about my real friends, not my online friends. I lose some online friends. That's okay. I do not care about that. But my real friends, something I care about. But some of them, I believe not anymore. It's okay to change friends. You don't have to force yourself. You don't have to forcing yourself to friend your old friend or your new friends. All you have to force yourself is to forcing to say your own opinions on yourself, not on your friends. It's your decisions, your choice. And who will you have to force or choosing your own self is you, not the others. Otherwise, they're either coercing you or forcing you to do your choice. But if they force you say something and stuff, it's just your family. If a friend forcing you, it depends on what they said. If they force you to say bad things, then fake friends. Yeah, I'm sorry about my accent. I'm talking bad about it. But yeah, fake friends force you all the time. And that's not good. But if they're real friends, they most likely don't force you at anything. And real friends, if they force you, they gotta do some good things and not bad things. If they force you to do good things, then they're good friends. Like for example, if they force you to not spend your own Robux, guess what? Real friends. If they force you to spend your Robux, fake friends. I learned about that with my own family. They agreed with it. Real friends will say to you, do not spend your Robux on anyone. And it's real friends, not fake friends. Unless if they're sarcastic about it. But if they're not sarcastic, then they're real friends, not fake friends. A real friend will not say any sarcastic compliments. They will have to be genuine 100%. Real friends have to always said genuine compliments. Everywhere. Online, real, business, everywhere. And if they're not and abandoned any of it, not a good friend. They have to stay like this forever. They change your mind. If they've changed their mind of any of this, they're not real friends. They're fake friends. They have to stay like this forever. That's real friends are. It's my point of view. If you're any of this, I'm proud of you. But if you're not any of this about real friendship, then I don't know if I will be your friend. Whatever is real or an online. If you want to be my friend, then you have to do a genuine one. And sincere one. Don't be sarcastic. But if you do that, but you scam afterwards, they're not real friends. They're just sarcastic. But if they do not scam, then they're not sarcastic and they become real friends and good friends. That's 100% and genuine true friendships. And that's what I like on online friends. Well, you have to be careful on some people as well. And it's real life, not online, not just on Roblox, not just on any platform, everywhere. You have to be careful on some people. They might be in there, and you might be secretly in danger. And these type of people are everywhere. Even in real life, even on Roblox, everywhere. And I do believe that they have mentally ill, psychotic, psychopath, sociopath, dark empath, narcissist, Machiavellian, sadist. Oh, narcissist, I think I say that already. Manipulative, arrogance, don't wanna be, misanthropy, nihilism, and other traits that are dangerous, including dark empaths. Dark empaths are the worst than any of these. If you saw any of these, they might be bad signs, not good signs. Not all dark empaths are evil, but most of them are. Because they use their empaths for dark reasons. And they said malefic intentions or harmful behaviors. If you're a dark empath, I don't know if I will be your friends. Yeah, that might be bad. If you want to friend me, if you're a dark empath, then all you have to do is don't use your empathy to do dark things. I don't believe. I believe it's not a great idea. Because many people will know soon enough. And well, they will know when they will know is they might do an exposing video on you. You know, YouTubers who do exposing things. I will not do it. Or maybe other YouTubers will. Because I might record the video already, but it's not gonna be an exposing video. It's a gameplay video. Or an episode for Luna. But other YouTubers might know about it, and that will be bad karma. And I'm talking about bad Roblox players and stuff. When they record stuff, they might saw small YouTubers and they will expose many of these bad players I might mention in the example, and they will spread everywhere. And when the small YouTubers will see the bad players, they will say something like, "What happened? What did the bad player do? Is he banned? Do you want to report it? OMG, you have to ban it. How is this player not banned?" Friend me. I want to say what happened. I want to know what happened to you. And yeah, many of these questions will say on you on the internet. Well, if you want to say something about the bad players, if there's any in my YouTube videos, and they're bad players or toxic players, then comment down below and say what your questions are, and I will tell the full explanations and reason as possible. And if I fail to say any explanations or reason that are vague and stuff, and go say that it's vague, not enough information, and I will fix. Then I will fix my comment and edited my full explanations and reasons, and say a much big answer that you wanted as possible. Because I want to script and full text on Roblox Studio, and I have to do the same on a wiki that is Ewo Fanon Wiki, Villain Fanon Wiki, Villains Wiki, Ewo Wiki, maybe Neutral Wiki or Magnificent Batty 2. I did Pure Good Wiki, Pure Evil Wiki before, but I kinda left those wiki, but I'm mostly at Ewo Fanon Wiki or Villain Fanon Wiki. But besides other wiki than any of these, I'm not in there anymore. I did SNG4 wiki. I left those wiki. If you want me to be in past wikis and stuff, then go ahead, request me any of that, and I will go there and make some perfect edits. If my edits aren't perfect or suspicious of troll, then comment down below in my sections and said, "Why did you make this page? Are you trolling this page? Are you category abusing this page, well, I would say the real reasons, and I would say a full reason, not a vague one, because they might think I'm doing that. Well, I will say a genuine and honest explanations and reason, instead of saying I did not do it. They might think I'm lying or being fake. No, you have to send proof, not just proof. You have to say a real catchphrase in those wiki. If you said stuff like explanation, it's just bad. You need a picture as well. Otherwise, that's how you fail. And you might not get in the wiki back anymore. You need a proof too. Anyway, bye, my taxi in there.